We all know the film in which a popular group of girls rule the school. Everybody knows their names, they wear the best clothes, they always look glamorous, and they are mean to everyone around school. And yet, people glorify them. And then, an outsider character comes into the scene and is welcomed to this new group. The outsider is exposed to the rules and dynamics. These dynamics play within a hierarchy, which has the queen bee and its workers, her minions. In a turn of events, the outsider manages to dethrone the queen bee and consequently gets intoxicated by the power they have consumed. This escalates into a climax where the outsider finally understands that this power isn't worth it and peace is restored. Hello Braddies, my name is Odjuani and welcome back to the Spoiled channel.
Oh my god, what is that? Oh my god! What is that?
You may have heard about the new Mean Girls movie, which is an adaptation from the Broadway musical Mean Girls. And a couple of months ago, the trailer was released and it has caused a kind of an outrage because of the costuming.
So this photo from the Mean Girls the musical is currently going viral right now, and people are not loving the outfits whatsoever. This person says the costume designer needs to be fired for these looks. This girl says sponsored by Shein, and the comment under her says literally, and she's like, they're destroying Regina's stylish legacy. What in the world are they wearing? And I can't figure out what year this is supposed to take place.
Who else is not really feeling the new Mean Girls costume choices? In the original version, the plastics are so much more slay. And as someone who is from where the movie is set, these fits would not do.
So confused. I'm very confused. What is this? Like, they could have just taken such a different approach with the outfit. Y2K is in. Why didn't they make it Y2K? Like, how do you get this from this?
This is why you can't cut corners in wardrobe when you're marketing to a young feminine audience. Regina's look in this viral promo is being torn to shreds because this doesn't consider who she is as a character. Regina wouldn't be seen in something like that because this is who she is to her core. She's a trendsetter, she's the it girl. We've seen that other look a million times. That's why the top comment is it's giving Shein, because we've seen it so much.
And I kind of have to agree. So that's why I decided to make this video talking about Mean Girls cliques, analyze their fashion, and explain why it matters. The reality of cliques or popular girls is very different from what the media has always depicted. I mean, like, they always have coordinated outfits, they always look glamorous. And that's not really realistic, but a hierarchy still exists. The book Queen Bees and Wannabes by Rosalind Wiseman, which is the book that Mean Girls was originally based on, explains this hierarchy. So Wiseman lists off 8 roles that a girl can play in a clique. So we have the queen bee, the sidekick, the banker, the messenger, the pleaser slash wannabe, the torn bystander, the target, and the champion. Now she does point out that a girl can play more than one role in the clique. She says, cliques are sophisticated, complex, and multi-layered, and every girl has a role within them. However, positions in the clique are static. A girl can lose her position to another girl, and she can move up and down the social hierarchy. The reality is that a few girls are stuck in one role, and they can often have moments of being something else or a combination. Now I'm going to summarize the definition of these roles and give you examples of them from characters from pop culture.
Haven't you heard? I'm the crazy bitch around here.
So we have the queen bee, which is pretty self-explanatory. She's the head bitch, you know the drill. Through a combination of charisma, force, money, looks, will, and social intelligence, this girl reigns supreme over the other girls and weakens their friendships with others, thereby strengthening her own power and influence. Never underestimate her power over other girls and boys as well. She can and will silence her peers with a look and then turn around and be incredibly nice. But the bottom line is, you're on her side, or else you're with her or against her. So you can think of Regina George, Blair Waldorf, Alison De Laurentiis, Heather Chandler, Courtney Shane, Chanel Oberlin, Massey Block, Queen Fabre.
But I'm always on your left.
Well, that was when there were 3 of us, and now the tallest go in the middle.
But the whole dance will be backwards. I'm always on your left.
And right now you're getting on my last nerve. Switch.
And finally...
And we have the sidekick. She is the second one in command and she'll back up the queen bee no matter what. She might stage a coup and dethrone the queen bee as well. She's either secretly a hater of the queen bee, or she's even worse the queen bee, or she's both.
She's the lieutenant, or second in command. The girl who's closest to the queen bee and will back her no matter what, because her power depends on the confidence she gets from the queen bee. Together, they appear to other girls as an impenetrable force.
So you can think of Gretchen Winners, Heather Duke, Santana Lopez, Alicia Rivera, Foxy, Penelope Shafai. So the roles of the banker and the messenger are more specifically based. So I don't have a lot of examples to give you from these roles. I mean, the banker is basically a gossipy girl of the group. She knows everyone's secrets and she uses this to cause chaos. So again, you can think of Gretchen Winners, you know, her hair is full of secrets. So she might be both a banker and the sidekick. The messenger is just like the banker, but she's a good person. I can't really think of any examples of that, so feel free to put down in the comments.
I'm done. With you, with them, with all of it. Just like that, you waved the white flag. I lied, and I stole, and I lost the respect of my family. For what? So I could be like you? You asked me before if it was all worth it. My answer is it's not.
The pleaser / wannabe is basically the one girl who will do anything to join the clique and fit in. As Wiseman says, she often observes and imitates their behavior, clothes, and interests, but never feels completely in the group. That's why she's always proving her loyalty to the more powerful girls. Think of Jenny Humphrey, Claire Lyons, 13-year-old Jenna Rank, Wannabes in Mean Girls, basically.
Or the stepsisters from A Cinderella Story.
Where do you even get outfits that hideous?
They made them in home ec from their own patterns. Actually, I think they're semi-interesting. In a freakish, off-putting sort of way, never mind.
So the torn bystander is basically the good one of the group, the good girl. She's the cool one, but at the same time, she doesn't want to mess with the queen bee. She uses her people to stay within the group, but she doesn't really align with the group's morals. Wiseman says, her fear of the queen bee or the other girls in power can be so terrifying that she never learns to take a stand. She can't imagine having the personal power to do it. She's smart enough to know something's wrong, but feels incapable of exerting any influence over the situation. So think of Lisa Launder, Julie, or all the girls in Pretty Little Liars, except Allison. Now, when it comes to the target and the champion, the target means the person who's picked on by bullies, and the champion is basically the one who literally defeats the clique. I'm sure you can think of any examples for that one, right? So when it comes to the fashion of these cliques in popular culture, I feel like they all have something in common. And as we're gonna see in my analysis, they have a lot in common.
The history of fashion of Mean Girls in the media definitely began with Heathers. We did have the Pink Ladies from Greece in the 70s, but I see them more as a gang of rebels rather than mean girls themselves.
But one thing's for sure, they'll always wear coordinated outfits or have the same style. So I've decided to divide these groups into two categories, the super clique and the ultra clique. The super cliques are the ones with the same style but in different fonts. Take for example the movie The Clique. Costume designer Mandy Line chose to style the girls with the same sophisticated style, and yet in different ways. They all wear Marc Jacobs designs, scarves, tights, and we can see a lot of layers. But like Line said in specific, the character Massey gets these layers because she has layers within herself. And I believe that's because she's the queen bee. She gets to shield herself a lot and not show who truly she is, because you know she's not in a position of power, so she can't really seem vulnerable to the other girls. The ultra cliques are the cliques that I like to name the cliques that have the same style and follow a very specific color palette to them, which gives basically a kind of like a uniform vibe. Like they give like this more powerful assertiveness into their group and how they rule the school. So these ultra cliques might be like the Chanels. They have the same style and share a specific color palette of pastel colors, making the outfits ultra coordinated. So now let's analyze and take a look at the outfits from these members of these cliques. So now, since the Queen Bee is the hyper feminine figure of the whole school, holding almost a godlike persona, sometimes not even eating, so she doesn't even have to seem human. So it's only fair that they dress feminine, wear pink, wear lots of makeup, dress in provocative outfits to get what they want. During the mall scene, Regina wore a pink cardigan, a tank top with the logo that says a little bit dramatic, a Louis Vuitton mini bag that was released in partnership with Murakami, paired with a black leather skirt. She didn't have to say anything. The whole outfit demonstrated who she is. She's very feminine and delicate, and yet she still has a dark side represented to her with the harsh leather black skirt. Now, one thing that I found out about Queen Bees in general is that at some point in the story, they will be dressed in red. We do have a lot of meanings attached to the color red, such as passion, love, romance, but one of the meanings is power. As red was a color that was hard to create back in the old times, the only ones who had access to it were wealthy or simply royalty. Now, the sidekick fashion varies a lot. First sidekick that I can think of that has a very specific wardrobe that goes hand in hand with her personality is Heather Duke. It also goes side by side with her archetype. She's secretly a hater and she's very envious of Heather Chandler. She demonstrated that she's just as bad as her. She even takes her place. So her signature color is green, which one can read as green with envy, hence the term green-eyed monster, since she was the one envying Heather Chandler's power. Once Chandler dies, Duke is the one who crowns herself as a queen bee, and we can see her transform into one when she begins to wear red throughout the whole film. Red was not only Heather Chandler's color, it also symbolized power. This narrative coincidentally fits with a well-known queen bee, Courtney Shane. We can see before Liz's death that Courtney is wearing a green tube dress that symbolizes her envy towards Liz. And when Liz dies, we can see her wearing a powerful red outfit, demonstrating her change in status as a queen bee. We also have Gretchen Wieners, who's a well-known sidekick to Regina George. And she wears a lot of outfits with distracting patterns, most of them being plaid, argyle, tartan, most of them coming from the popular brand Burberry to demonstrate her posh upbringing, but at the same time, she's also a follower who's constantly trying to emulate Regina's style. Her shirt, wearing silver jewelry, and labeled belts with jeans, which is something that sidekicks usually do. Take Blair Waldorf and her minions, for example. In the first season, she wears her signature headband as usual, and so do her minions. Foxy from Jawbreaker does the same thing by emulating Courtney Shane's style. So this demonstrates how the sidekicks are heavily influenced by the Queen Bee. They're extremely loyal to her, and they will demonstrate their loyalty not only by standing behind them, but also through their clothes. So the torn bystander are the ones who will be less loyal to the group. Like I said, they don't share the same morals as the Queen Bee, but they won't let go of the privilege. They won't let go of the privilege of being with the Queen Bee and being within the clique. So consequently, most of the torn bystanders in pop culture will have their outfits somewhat clashing with the clique's, main style. And take for example Julie from Jawbreaker. As she distances herself more and more from her former clique, her outfits get more and more casual. Another example of this is the Ultra Clique from Romy and Michele's high school reunion. And the girls from the clique follow a very specific color palette that I really enjoy. With Chrissy, the queen bee, always wearing purple, also signifies royalty. Kelly always wearing peachy pink outfits, Cheryl mostly wearing green, and Lisa Louder mostly wearing white, which definitely clashes with their clique's outfits. In a dream sequence, she's wearing like a blue, which I don't really get why. Her most noticeable outfit is definitely her white power suit during the reunion, demonstrating how far she has come as a person and in her career, and how well balanced her life is. And that's what the color white all about, balance. So the fashion of the Wannabes is pretty simple. She will constantly try to fit in, and therefore she will always try to copy the clique's fashion. Look at how Jenna tries to look like the Six Chicks at her party. Look how Claire tries to dress like Pretty Comedy. Look how Jenny tries to look like the Popular Girls of Constance. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. The fashion of the new Mean Girls movie. I feel like the outrage behind the fashion of this film is pretty valid, because I feel like the costumes themselves are not well thought out. I mean, they do have some similarities to the original Mean Girls. Not only do I love Renee Rapp's casting as Regina George, because that girl can sing and she can act, so she's Regina George for me. I love that for her. I also love the black suit outfit, kind of like the black plastic leather, but at the same time I can't deny that most of the outfits seem pretty bland and odd. You know, I can't really picture Regina George with Dr. Martens.
One thing I can see as a bit of a red flag from this movie is the fact that it took 1 month to be filmed. And it was originally going to be released on Paramount's streaming service, Paramount Plus, and they decided to release in theaters internationally. So that's maybe why the outfits are not, you know, giving. They might have not had the budget for it. So yeah.
Oh, at least the cast is having fun, and I love them for it. So in conclusion, the point of costume design is to use the character's costume to express who they are, what they're feeling, what are their intentions, etc. And that's what we can see with most of these members of these cliques. The Queen Bee will use her outfits to express power or to get what they want. The sidekick will emulate the Queen Bee's outfits. The torn bystander will not be fully loyal to the group, but will try to show that she belongs there. And the wannabe will always try to fit in at all costs by copying the clique's styles. Well, that's all I have for today, and thank you so much for watching this video. I really, really appreciate it. Tell me, what's your favorite clique in the comments, or what's your favorite clique based on their costume design? And if you want to be part of my clique, you can just subscribe. Simply as that. Oh my god, take a look at my microphone. Isn't it cute?
I actually did it myself. Yeah.